Hey everybody, this is Rob Gauthier. Welcome to the ET Whisperer YouTube channel. Hello to all of you as we pass the span of time and space back into our own linear past. We say hello to all of our dear friends, our dear relatives, our forefathers and mothers. It has been quite some time in your linear past since we have had the opportunity to speak openly with you. We assure you our presence has been here, with some of you who have tapped into our energy and our vibrational frequency. And we have been here with Rob and Kalina as they have expressed their own excitements of seeing what's next for the human race. We believe because it has been so long and the vibrational energy of many of you have changed, an introduction to ourselves is a necessity. We are known as the Nihal. We are you. You are us. We are from a different time. Our home is in a star that many of you call Beta Leporis or Beta Lepus. In that certain star's energy, as you look to the constellation of the rabbit, you find us the second most bright to the eye. In our own home, we share our history with your future. Why has it been as long as it has been? The intent of Rob and Kalina were to speak to us much sooner. Understanding the vibrational flux of your own now moment gives you a better idea of why that time has went by without hearing from us. If you're asking Rob or Kalina, they will tell you that it is because circumstances, one thing after another, idiosyncrasies in the way of time, miscalculations, fortune, and different excitements pointed in different directions would be the most direct reason why we have not come in. But that is only the way it's experienced. The true nature and the true matter of the truth of why we have not been coming through for this time period is because of your own flux as a creative entity, your own flux as a collective consciousness. Understand that we are you in the future, but there is a variation in ratio, a percentage and shift of overall vibration that keeps you as our linear past, or better yet, keeps us as your linear future. Earth has always been our past, humans have always been our past, but how are we our future? There's 2% on each side of the spectrum of your now vibration that keeps you in alignment with who we are now. If you were to go off your path 5% of what you are now, and in 1 month time snuck back into that 2% variance, then you can reconnect with us. That's what has occurred. The entire earth, out of flux with the energy of our past, took you out of our vibrational alignment momentarily. For the last 6 months, Up until 1 month ago, you were not in our vibrational 2% flux on both sides of that spectrum. Now you are creeping back into that 2% flux of our past. We want to explain 2% flux a bit more so that none of you have confusion of where that comes from. What we mean by this is certain vibrational flux, certain situations, certain choices in the collective consciousness keeps you within a certain vibrational overall frequency. That overall frequency determines if you are able to be our past, or if we are able to be your future. A 2% variance can mean that 2% of your population is acting in a different way than it was in our linear past, or it can mean that collectively all of you are 2% away from the vibration of what our past looked like. Each time you speak to the Nihal, you are speaking to a different version of that collective consciousness. It is not that you are speaking to an entirely different race or an entirely different collective. You are speaking to different portions of that collective consciousness. There has been singular entities that have spoken as the Nihal. Now we speak in one voice. You have experienced 1/3 of the population of Nihal. Now you speak to the entirety. Each time that you speak, there will be a different percentage mixed, depending on your overall vibrational flux, as long as it is within the 2% variance flux on both sides of that energy. So, if you're able to comprehend that explanation, then we will tell you, welcome back to being our past, and we welcome ourselves to being your future. We want to share some things that are going on in your experience now that we have great insight about. Right now, you are experiencing a certain country of the United States of America and all of the politics that have been going through your awareness. We also know that in the speaking to entities such as Aridif and also Treb, you are able to gain insight to this. What we can tell you about the situation at hand is this is a large turning point for you. When you saw the last pope inducted into being a pope, that was also a shift in your entire planetary collective. This election will yield a result that will shift vibration of the overall collective consciousness. As you know, there are many ways, many probabilities that can happen, and this is not set in stone for you. Your own decisions day to day puts you in the vibrational reality that fits for you. So if you continue going through your vibrational frequency, then you will end up with the same results that we are. The same results that showed all of you that the system can change. Essential energy for all of you now. If you desire to end up to be the Nihal Collective, it is essential for systematic change. The system of financial disconnection or discord, the financial system of dependency, all of those things weigh heavy on the majority of the people on Earth right now. This also must change. Being left in the dark about your real history, the true history of mankind, must change for you to become the Nihal. Having open contact with extraterrestrial races must change in order to become the Nihal. All of these grand and wonderful things you all are back in alignment with, and 2% variable flux on both sides of the spectrum. You are now realigned with that linear future that allows you to see the great change. We know more than any other race in this galaxy what you are going through. We have access to all of the archives and the experiences of being human. We have it within our DNA, deeply embedded. We have it within the awareness of our history books. All of these things are changing. All of mankind is changing. All of humanity changing. And you're all a part of that change. If you don't like the idea of becoming one of us, we would understand, and it would be okay for you to change your own energy. You will find yourself in a collective that differs from our path. If you do, we understand that your journey needs to be somewhere else. We feel it is fair to explain to you something about all of the probabilities of your linear future. We are one of them. There are also races that move from the earth into Pleiades, which become the Pleiadians that some of you have been in contact with. Some of the future human race moves to the Arcturus system and becomes Arcturian races, some in which you have been in contact with. Some of humans and probabilities leave for the star Sirius and become Syrian. And that you are well aware you have connected to. All of these races that are in the larger systems with multiple races, why do they contact Earth? Some of them have reasons outside of being your distant futures, your probable futures. But many of them are very happy to see their own linear past, just as excited as you are to see your linear future. The expectations of boundless energy going out into the universe is the one thing that you are safe to keep expectations on. Knowing no bounds of your own creation is something that you can always count upon. The variable that will never change. We are so pleased to be able to speak with all of you. We are so happy that you are back in alignment, and we desire that if Kalina and Rob's excitement are the same, that we will continue our journey with you. If you are in alignment with the 2% variable on each side of the spectrum, and you desire to become a part of the Nihal race, then we are also very excited to come back and speak to you. The opportunities have given us this moment, but we understand the probabilities in front give us many more. Thank you, and thank all of you for being in alignment with a new future.